Well, I was concerned coming into this game just with just the emotion of just getting to such a high of selling the building out, rivalry game, and then that gets taken away, and then you have a 10-day break. I was concerned. It's hard. You're rusty when you haven't played in a while, and we thought our defensive intensity was terrific at the beginning. We responded much better offensively in the second half. Donovan Dent obviously was terrific passing the ball. We wanted to go inside to Morris. He was obviously very, very effective. So it was a good win. It was good to be back in this building. I was, like I said, I was concerned coming into it. I thought the emotion would be a little bit hard, and we had to sustain it for 40 minutes. It was good to get some guys some rest because we got 2 more games. And I thought Donovan Dent obviously just showed an ability to pass the ball at a high level, so it's good to get him some minutes.
I mean, you talked about adversity, not knowing how this team's going to handle it, but talk about the focus of this team to come in, have a great start, especially after all. I know they weren't involved, but I mean, it wasn't. It was a big ordeal into how they responded tonight,
Yeah, I mean, obviously what happened was bigger than basketball, and that's life. And it's just so very, very difficult for everybody. But basketball specific, that was a huge curveball. And we needed to be very mature over the week to get better, which I thought we did, to stay fresh, because we got 2 more games in a row coming up. So they handled it with great maturity. They really did. And, I continue to tell them, we want these Lobo fans. Like when we took the job, we want to rebuild the program, but we want to rebuild the fan base. And I think they endeared themselves to the fans last year. And I think they've shown that early. They've endeared themselves to the fans, and these fans really rally around them. So hopefully the crowds just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Second half, I know you said the first half was really good, and there's going to be a little bit of a let up when you rest guys. But they did score 40 in the second half. I think you had them under 0.8 points per possession most of the game, and then the last 5 minutes they got almost 2.9.
Yeah.
A little nitpicky maybe, but I mean.
Yeah, I mean, we were yelling during the huddles to keep them under 60. We didn't do that. We gave up a couple of drives. We fouled them. We sent them to the free throw line. We've been pretty good at not fouling. I think Braden one time closed out short. Javante closed out short. Got to have a little bit more pressure on the ball because they shoot a lot of threes. So no, it was. We've talked about. Obviously, we want to win and we want to play really, really well. But our defensive efficiency numbers, as the season goes on, it'll all even out a little bit. But those got to improve. And I think they'll get better tonight. We kept them on the 37, but we did let our foot off the gas a little bit. We got to be able to, if we sub, no let up. And there was a little bit of that towards the end for sure. Now they were also pressing, and we were not.
You guys did off the bench too. I don't know what the bench points were, but 25 off the bench. So, you get led by Jenkins 10, but Donovan at 9 too. If you're getting 25 off the bench, I would think you're going to be pretty happy with that much nice.
Yeah, we go into halftime with a 21-point lead. Steve said that's the biggest lead we've had at halftime in 5 years, which is crazy to me. So we were able to build a lead. They kind of counterpunched a little bit in the second half. I thought to be able to get Donovan 24 minutes is great. KJ's been pretty efficient and effective too, although we go a little bit smaller when we put him in, he's been pretty solid. And I thought Javante played a great game. 9 rebounds was terrific. So we were plus 13 in the rebounding column, which we haven't been this year. Jacksonville State just came off a really good win, so they were very confident. And I thought we just controlled the game for a lot of it. You have to be able to sub. Even Sebastian, I thought, gave us some good minutes. He just got a little bit tired. I think he wanted to sub out and go watch the World Cup or something.
Sweden's not dead.
Yeah, well, he still talks about it way too much.
That's back-to-back 7 assists, 1 turnover games for Donovan. What have you seen him develop as the season's gone along and the chemistry he's built with the inside guys?
Well, I think that Donovan can learn a lot from Mash and House as it pertains to just playing so hard all the time. All freshmen, they don't know how to play hard. They just don't. And it just takes time. Mash has played college basketball for 2 years, House has played for 3 years. But Mash and House can learn from Donovan on how to read ball screens and to get guys shots. Mash and House tend to try to score off of ball screens. Donovan's trying to get 2 on the ball and find others. So there's a balance there. Like, we need Mashing House to be aggressive, but it's just amazing when you put Donovan in a high ball screen and all of a sudden now he's finding other guys. So I think all 3 of them can learn from each other for sure.
Obviously, Mo had the hot hand tonight, but is he just really starting to feel it? Do you see him growing and just get, meshing in and obviously just figuring it out?
Yeah, I mean, we talked a lot about in the summer as we recruited, obviously Morris and recruited Josiah and wanted to develop Sebastian and some of these other guys that we got to go inside. And I thought you saw early we were going inside, but we got a little bit bored with it. Like, don't get bored with getting the ball close to the basket. That's your highest percentage shot. The 2 best teams in the country offensively right now are Arizona and Gonzaga, and they are just going inside and going inside and going inside. Where the bigs got to get better at is passing it out when they get trapped, and now they got to pick their poison. But great to see Morris make free throws. Great to see him. He probably should have been 9 for 9. He shot 2 that were kind of a little off, but yeah, he was really good. It's nice to have a low post threat.
You guys are obviously by design going to be attacking and stuff like that. You got a bunch of guards that can drive, and so you're drawing fouls. I mean, you drew 21 today, making more than they attempt. I know all those things are by design, but to have the turnover still remain so low, and you guys are number 3 coming into today, number 3 in the country in assist to turnover ratio. Are you going to be able to sustain this low turnover with this style of play?
I hope so. I mean, we're not doing a whole lot different from this year to last year. Now, I think there's more pieces on the on the court for sure to where we're able to move it a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, our assisted turnover ratio is really good. I mean, that's elite right now. I keep talking about not turning it over, because when we don't turn it over, we'll be really, really efficient offensively. But I thought we got a little bit, played a little bit of ISO basketball at times where we needed to turn the ball better. But yeah, the key to efficient offense is not turning it over, and I think that's why our offensive numbers have been so good. I mean, we should have been 4 games in a row in the 80s. And getting to the foul line's been huge. We've been getting to the foul line, and we've been keeping the opponent off. We sent them to the foul line late. That hurt us a little bit.
Is House going to have to go through mandatory dunking practice?
He was like flustered when he missed the dunk. I mean, it like rattled him. I'm like, House, you shouldn't be up there, man. That's not your game. Stay down a little lower level. So he wasn't great today, and then he kind of, got a little bump there. So I just thought it was a great opportunity to get Donovan going. So he made a great steal. Just go finish the dunk. He can do it. I knew he was going to try to do it. I wasn't surprised.
Anything else for Coach?
All right. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.